as a business owner, I should definitely try to get 2 or 3 of the people on my team to work on the exact same thing, so that way we actually get nothing done. Let's waste everybody's time. That's literally what keeps happening, and it drives me up a wall. It's so inefficient.
Some people will just have no idea on how to manage and delegate. With that in mind, I mean, you can't really expect someone who's been a terminal subject matter expert that holds a doctorate in medicine to be good at managing.
You're not wrong, but that is the exact reason why growth just isn't happening. It's like I keep trying to find the shortcut, and I spend so much time finding the shortcut that I could have just walked the actual route it's going to take and been done already. Everybody does it. Like, I get it. There's a lot of times where I'm like, oh, there's got to be a shortcut, and let me go do it. And we all have that phase of our life. I get it, but like, the outcome is in the work. You generate the outcome by doing the work. And everybody's busy trying to avoid the work, and they're busy trying to find other ways to go do something. It's just like, just put the effort in and get it done. I sent Bobbert 15 different scripts and layouts of short form content. Here it is. And it's, listen, I jammed. I took top performing stuff from YouTube, top channels from YouTube, top things on Instagram. I found a lot of stuff that's performing really well. I took all that, I packaged in their voice, their brand, their specific thing that they do, packaged all that together, leveraging some of the AI stuff that I have today, and output 15 short form scripts. Do I think that first round is by far the best thing in like since sliced bread? No, I don't, because it's the first round and we need feedback and we need feedback loops, and like, let's just get it done. It has taken 2 weeks to get 10 of the 15 things recorded. And if I tell you I've had the conversation around the goal on round number 1 is to get data and feedback so we can continue to refine 3 separate times. Yesterday, yet again, it's still like, hey, just so you know. And I'm like, perfect. That's feedback. So we can get data. Just get the work done. Like, I hate when people waste my effort and my time. That's the thing. Like you just did all this stuff with recipes, and you did it wrong. And then on top of it, it sounds like somebody didn't communicate with you that there was a different priority for the past week. So you were working on the wrong thing. So like now a big project, a $80,000 project is delayed by a week because of poor communication and management. You wasted some of your time because now you have to redo some of the shit. And then you could have also focused on something different that was more pressing at the time. And it's just like, that is literally the exact reason why shit doesn't get done.
That's why project management is important, frankly. You got to have someone that oversees that project once people are at capacity, and project management will make or break the organization and gaining traction moving forward. Otherwise, you're going to do the same shit over and over and over again. It makes no sense. And to your point, had we clarified what the priorities of work were, we could have knocked out the things that people were effectively waiting on, the same way that you wouldn't in a recipe wait until it's time to put something in the oven before you put it together. You would use the time, preheat the oven. You would try to collapse as many workflows as possible so that way you stack them and, you finish in probably about half the time instead of taking twice as long and it costing twice as much, which is the general adage of most projects, is it's going to cost you twice as much and it's going to take you twice as long. So how do you get ahead of that? And that's what sets apart good consultants and good coaches from people that obviously are going to be stuck well behind the eight ball.
Project management can get way out of hand way too quickly as well. Mm-hmm. Like somebody who's trying to grow to do $5,000 a month in revenue, $10,000 a month in revenue, you don't need a massive project management board. Like, get a Notion board, make it simple, get the free version of Asana, get a freaking checklist inside of Google Sheets, whatever it is to stay organized of when's the due date and who's working on it and what project or the why you're doing the thing. That's really all that's needed. You don't got to overcomplicate it. Now, if you got a team of 1 versus a team of 10 or 20 or 50, that also is going to dictate what that looks like, because more people, more convolution, more ways things can go wrong. Less people, like, hey, just get it done, maybe keep yourself organized. So there's variables that play into the situation as well, I'll say.
There's a lot of variables that go into project management. And to your point, it can get as robust and sophisticated as you need it to be. And unnecessarily, if there's not a need for it to be that complicated, then yeah, just keep it simple. I think that when people are frustrated about a lack of progress, usually it's because they have prioritized the wrong thing. And so the nature of project management is getting in there, identifying everything that needs to be done to some degree that's reasonable. And you won't know the things that need to happen until you've stumbled your way through it. But listing it out, putting it in order of priority, and then having everyone that's involved agree on that priority is the main premise of why project management is a thing, because you can't work on everything at the same time. And the more things you work on, the less likely you are to actually get everything across the finish line. I mean, imagine trying to take all of your college classes at the same time across 4 years instead of, that's crazy, right? Because the average, I think, course load is somewhere around 40 courses. And I don't know about you, but if I had to study 40 courses every week for 4 years, not going to happen. So they break it up into bite-sized chunks that feed into gathering and accomplishing your degree, which is the large overarching project. So, when I hear like Chris and, other people that we've had the privilege of getting to work with and coach up, and, just like NCI was a huge component of that, frankly, where they always prioritized the wrong attention and resources. And because of poor project management, eventually there were some financial constraints that started to become very apparent. And towards the back end there, there was a lot of staff attrition because of the inability to, frankly, like make payroll. Transparently, I was largely responsible for the last 6 months of my tenure there and some of those decisions. And, we just happened to make the wrong ones. But I will say that if you don't have the right resources allocated to the right projects at the right time, you are going to either reduce your chances of success or increase the risk of fatigue and dropout and disinterest and everything else, and changing markets and everything between now and then. So I think those are some reasons as to why I think project management is so important.
I think the point here is put a list together, attack it in the most logical order that makes sense to you, and like get things done that need to get done, and just make sure one person is working on the thing. Again, majority of our audience, you're not managing and leading teams of 10, 20, 50 people. So it's a little bit less relevant. So for you, this is hey, just take action and get the things done that you need to be getting done and stop getting distracted. Generally speaking, you want to get the right work done in the right sequence in order to produce the right outcome. And are you going to be perfect 100% of the time? Absolutely not. Totally cool. And are you going to get distracted once in a while? Absolutely. And that's also totally cool. You probably learned something. But controlling that and just doing the main thing and focusing on the main thing is going to be the most important piece. But wasted effort is exactly wasted effort. Like we talked about lead generation a couple episodes ago, and we talked about the input of time to generate leads, and you're still throwing that away. Well, if you go work 25, 50% of your week on things that you never actually bring to the finish line, that is also wasted time. You could have either worked on the thing you needed to do and got it done more quickly, better, whatever, or you could have taken the time off and rested or gone to the gym or more self-care, whatever it is. So it just wasted time at the end of the day if it's not going to get used.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing. Like we just started bringing people into the Health Coaching Success Academy literally yesterday. Everybody, we opened the doors, surprise, people were coming in, and now everybody's in there. And here's the cool thing, right? The Academy, it's $97 a month. It's always going to be $97. It's never going to be, we're not doing discounts and we're not going to jack the price up on it. It's $97. There might be other things you can buy eventually that cost more than that outside of there, but it's $97 a month. And you got your CRM, your templates, your certifications, you got all the stuff, right? Okay, cool. You got the stuff. There's a technical side, but what does it come with? And why do I need it? At the end of the day, it's literally the operating system, everything you need to produce better client results and run your business more effectively so you can have a better business. It's cheaper than everybody else. Functionally speaking, there is no benefit to being second least expensive in the marketplace or potentially even second most expensive. You should go high ticket or be the cheapest. Well, guess what? Everybody's been ripping you off all the time of all this stuff, thousands of dollars. So we're like, you know what? We're not going to be the second least expensive. We plan to be the least expensive and offer up what everybody truly needs. Here's the biggest thing about the Academy. I'm going to let you in on the biggest secret. If you don't do the work, it's still a waste of time and money. And we're not here hand-holding you. We're going to give you trainings. We're going to show up live. We're going to communicate in the group. Like, there's a bunch of stuff we are going to do, but at the end of the day, we can't do the work for you. You have to do the work, or it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. And that's like, coming back to this original point, we're excited for the group, but if people don't do the thing, who cares? Doesn't matter.
We will hold your hand, in fact. And it's just going to cost you a lot more than most people are willing to pay, simply for the fact that there's a price for everything, I would say, for the most part. It's not always monetary, but if someone came in and offered us like a $500,000 retainer, I don't think we would probably turn that down. We'd probably be willing to go and handhold them a little bit, right, Steve?
That's fair.
Right? So again, everything's negotiable. If there was like something about getting on a public speaking circuit and booking 52 different public speaking things. Anyways, long story short, there's something that everyone always values, which is going back to the original value proposition. People are and consumers are always looking for the most value or the most benefit to them for the lowest cost available. And so to your point, we don't want to be, second most expensive or second cheapest because you get beat out by the top, one or two spots every single time. But rather, we want to have the most undeniable value at a price that is going to be commensurate with what our intended consumers are willing to spend.
We want it to be highly valuable. There's a value proposition thing in there. But also, the intent here is to make sure that you have access to every single thing you need to be successful, not at thousands and thousands of dollars worth of stuff. Mm-hmm. But again, there is one big assumption we're making in that process. And I believe it is only one, though. The one differentiator between what you're going to get in our Success Academy versus other places is you need to show up and do the work and ask questions when you need help, rather than there being this fake group call coaching session where you probably don't even get a chance to talk and ask questions in. That's going to help you maybe move along, if you will.
And, I think it's important to also call out the fact that one of the distinguishing factors of Coaching Success Academy here is the very clear fact that we build all of our materials around tools. It's not around esoteric, like random information that you'll find in most certification courses or most of those online gurus will do stuff for you. We have these resources. We build our learning experiences around the resources so that way you know how to use the resource, you know where the limitations are, you know how to overcome those limitations, and you know which buttons to press at what times. Basically, we train you for the tools the same way that Harley Davidson's Riding Academy trains people how to ride motorcycles and then happens to have something that's available for that. So just to help people understand what the educational differences are, or even the business tools, because obviously building our stuff around a CRM is really one of the bigger distinguishing factors as to why other business gurus have historically fallen short, is a lot of the button pushing aspects, frankly, aren't included. They'll either just offload it to some offshore or whatever and, call it good. So before you invest those tens of thousands of dollars and potentially go into having to sell your car for business coaching that likely will not work for you because the person that created it didn't take the time to understand a lot of the basic principles and how to lateralize them. That's where you just want to make sure you do your due diligence and you find someone that's in your unique circumstances and situation, or at least as close as you can get. Interview them and ask them how their experience was related to whatever program it was. Just my 2 cents on, again, HICSA, the value prop, and kind of what to pay attention for before you invest significant sums of money.
To kind of wrap the bow on this, the intended takeaway here really is that you understand you have to go take action, and you should take some process-based action. You need to actually do the work. There's generally not a silver bullet on the other side of things. That continuing to look for that is only going to cause you more pain, waste money, and more importantly, waste time. And when we built the Success Academy, the intention behind it was to deliver to you principles that are everlasting, not flash in the pan tactics that work right now, which, trust me, we will talk tactics and we will talk how to turn those principles into tactics. But you also need to understand how to manipulate them and take them and move them when things aren't working for you or in the specific scenario that you're in per se. But that's where we want to teach you those skills and give you the tools to do so. It does come down to you just doing the work, diving in, learning, engaging with the community, asking questions. Tuesday, we're inviting nearly 7,000 people into this group. I guarantee you somebody's going to have an answer in here. And by no means do Andrew or I think we are the end all be all of the answers to everything. We are just the ones that are culminating and getting the group together, if you will.
Mm-hmm. And well, if we don't have the answer, which we might for a lot of basic coaches, we'll have a lot of the pretty decent answers. But the more advanced you get, the more nuance that's required. That's where you're going to look for a lot of people that are well connected. And I don't know anyone that's more well connected than Steve in terms of people that can help you, build a $20,000 landing page or a QuickBooks funnel or, an anal probe that uses AI to check for colon cancer. I don't know, but Steve knows somebody for just about everything. And if you need research stuff, then, I'll at least be able to point you in the right direction. But that's where the benefit of being in a network is that someone is going to know someone that can solve your problem. Your job is to leverage the resources available so that way you don't stay stuck.
Well said. Well said. So point of this, take action, get work done, make your checklist, tackle it, assign it if you have a team. Just go out and do the thing. On the other side of that work is going to be some type of outcome. You may not win. Learn from it, understand it, and figure it out for the next time. That's really the main goal here. So without further ado, you should go ahead and find us on one of our social media channels, though. Go ahead, ask us for the link to jump into the school group. Completely free. Again, there is a free and a paid-for version, but you still get the community and a couple resources for free. So go ahead, hop on over. If you have any questions, what else, and some of the specifics and details, what's in there, ask either of us. More than happy to answer those questions. And hope to see you in the Success Academy soon. Subscribe to the channel. Like this episode. Go take action on something today. Move yourself forward. And we appreciate you guys listening to Beyond the Pump, where we break down the business of fitness and nutrition. Talk to you later, gang.